Milana Vayntrub's story is not one of instant fame or carefully engineered success. It begins with displacement, adaptation, and the quiet pressure of starting over. Born in Uzbekistan, she arrived in the United States as a child when her family sought refuge and stability. The transition was not seamless. New language, unfamiliar customs, and the weight of being an outsider shaped her early years. Yet within that uncertainty, Milana found something grounding: performance. Humor became a way to connect, to be understood, and to carve out space in a world that initially felt foreign. Long before traditional casting rooms entered the picture, Milana began experimenting online. Platforms like YouTube gave her freedom to be strange, expressive, and unapologetically herself. Her videos were not polished in the conventional sense, but they were sharp, observant, and deeply human. Audiences responded to that honesty. What stood out wasn't just comedic timing, but an ease with vulnerability and self-awareness. Without chasing virality, she built momentum simply by being consistent and genuine. That visibility eventually translated into professional opportunities, proving that the digital space could be more than a shortcut. It could be a proving ground. Her most recognizable role arrived in an unexpected form: a commercial character. As Lily Adams, Milana transformed what could have been a forgettable advertising role into something oddly iconic. Lily wasn't loud or exaggerated. She was approachable, quick-witted, and quietly confident. The character resonated because it felt lived in rather than performed. Over time, audiences stopped seeing Lily as a marketing tool and began seeing her as familiar. Milana's ability to ground humor in subtlety turned a series of ads into a cultural reference point, one that followed her for years. Rather than being confined by that visibility, Milana expanded outward. She explored genre work, appearing in science fiction comedies like Other Space, where she balanced absurdity with emotional clarity. In more grounded television roles, she revealed a thoughtful, dramatic presence, showing restraint and depth rather than theatricality. Voice acting and animation further highlighted her adaptability, allowing her to experiment without being tied to a single image. Her choices suggest intention over ambition, roles selected for interest and growth, not just exposure. Outside of performance, Milana's public voice carries equal weight. Drawing from her own history as a refugee, she speaks openly about displacement, humanitarian responsibility, and empathy. Her advocacy doesn't feel detached or performative. It's personal, shaped by lived experience rather than abstraction. She understands what it means to be unseen, and she uses visibility to challenge that invisibility for others. Milana Vayntrub represents a quieter version of success, one built on persistence, curiosity, and moral clarity. She didn't follow a prescribed route, and she doesn't fit neatly into a single category. Actress, comedian, activist, storyteller, each label captures only part of who she is. Her journey suggests that longevity comes not from chasing attention, but from staying grounded in purpose. In an industry often defined by noise, Milana's strength lies in substance, and that is what continues to resonate.